Leslie, last question from the audience. What would you do to increase revenue? Are you in favor of increasing taxes, fees, and/or utility rates?
Well, I'm hoping that raising taxes would be a last desperate resort. I feel continuing to work on the tourism, increasing tourism. We can't keep it all to ourselves, Donna. We have to share it with tourists. We need their dollars to come into this community. I think some of you business people will agree with me there. Our weather isn't the most conducive weather for tourism, but we have to push the things that you can still get out and do when it's not 70 degrees outside. We have wonderful hiking trails. Our river is beautiful. Get out and walk the river sometime. We don't always have to have the perfect weather for that. And yes, I agree with Donna as far as the rain is great because that's why we're green, lush, and beautiful. I've lived here for 63 years and I don't plan on going anywhere. I'm hoping that through the Visitors Bureau, which we are working very hard at right now, as I told you, the director of the Business Bureau is down working with national and international people to draw more attention to this area. I'm hoping that will help do the trick. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leslie. We're going to wrap this section up, and then we're going to take a short break while the other two candidates get up here on the stage for us. Each candidate is going to ask one question of their opponents at the end of these questions right now. Each question must be one sentence and end in a question mark. This is not a podium of statements. Okay, make it a question. And Roger, ask left and then right.
Well, I'll try to make it a long sentence. Supervisor McNamer, you're a registered Republican, yet you appear to align yourself with Martha McClure on a myriad of issues, including the previous Del Norte Solid Waste Authority Board. Can you clarify for this audience and distinguish how you differ from Martha McClure?
When I was first elected to the Board of Supervisors, yes, there was all kinds of talk. I was Martha McClure's minion. I have to clarify that Martha and I were not even friends. Before I ran for the board, we were so thrown together that we became friends along the way. I think if you look at our voting record, you will see that I have my own opinions on some issues, and if you look at the record, you'll see that our board to this day has a very high rate, a high percentage of unanimous votes. Please give me credit for having a mind of my own.
You get one question of either of these two candidates. So we'll give Leslie one question of either of these two candidates.
My question is for you, Leslie. Jay Serena mentioned at a recent IGRC meeting that $700,000 is provided to Health and Human Services for the in-home supportive services program, yet there's no oversight, and I wanted to ask you if you know why there's no oversight.
Because that's another state mandate. They have, again, dumped something that should never have been dumped on a county, on our little local level. We are the employer of record for in-home healthcare workers, yet we have no control over how they run. I've worked with them to have it in the registration of the in-home healthcare workers. The standard brought up, they have to register, they have to have background checks. This is just something, again, that the state has done to us. I have said for years, the worst thing that happened